Mm, welcome to my Sunday morning worship. Mm, 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 mm. I'm taking it to YouTube after this. Mm, ooh, mm, Cause all I wanna do is moan this morning. Mm, mm, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to my Sunday morning worship. I've been doing this a while on Facebook, but I'm quickly taking it over to YouTube. They have my Sunday morning worship. So those of you who miss the 9 o'clock service and 8 o'clock service, come on in for this 11 o'clock service. Come on, somebody. Reach up to him and grab his hand. Mm-hmm. 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 Y'all come on in this morning. Come on in, y'all. Come on in and get this. You know you've been needing it all week. And I'm finna give it to you. Something very simple. It's talking about dating preferences. Whew. I don't know why that seems to be such a dilemma for a lot of folks. Dating preferences. But it only seems to become a dilemma when it comes to black men. Or, let me be more specific, black men who have money or fame or, popularity. Because broke black dudes, don't nobody care what they do. But to become even more than worship program or this sermon, amen. Come on, somebody. Hallelujah. Show us thy light, O Lord. Get me nearer to thee. Build a fence. There seemed to be this ongoing topic about this particular podcast that's on YouTube. Very popular podcast. Y'all, some of you who are not on YouTube that often or not in those, they say those YouTube streets. There's a couple of guys who do a dating show, Myron Games, and his name is Weeks, or they go by the podcast name of Fresh and Fit. Have y'all been hearing that? Fresh and Fit. A little Sudanese guy with an Arab nose, but he has dark skin. And then you have a very dark-skinned black man who's from Barbados. And they often have, mainly white girls and they're goofy white girls, and have a few biracial chicks and some black chicks, dark-skinned and brown-skinned black women on there as well. Young, just for like young people. But most recently he had a round table of folks who, talking about, I guess, that same old stuff that they talk about. I don't listen to that show that much. I know who they are. And I decided, well, they're cool. It's good for their audience. And we have to keep in mind their audience. Because we all have an audience. I have an audience. And everybody's audience like what they do. You don't have to like what they do. So I just know, and I understand I have to click on to people's YouTube channels and click on to videos in order to see what they're doing. The same way I can click on, the same way I don't have to click on. Especially when I find out what the content is about. But anyway, I don't have too much of a problem with those guys because they're just, two little goofy dudes who are able to come up really big financially in the YouTube sphere with their topic, with their product. And a shout out to everybody who's able to get a product on YouTube and people subscribe to it. There's a lot of cash to be made. And there's a lot of people actually being helped on YouTube with these varying topics, varying products that they're presenting. But it's interesting. They're not the only ones doing a dating kind of show, but they just do it with like millennials. They have these little chicks on there, But anyway, they had this this hood rapper out of Chicago. I guess she's born in Dallas, but somehow, she ended up in Chicago, and supposedly the ex-girlfriend of one of the slain rappers there by the name of King Von and stuff like that. I think that's her. She goes by the name of Asian Doll, if that's her. Dark-skinned black rapper who raps about trash. Like Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and all the rest of them. City Girls, Erica Banks, Mulatto, all those who, Sweetie and all them, they rap about trash. But then they want the respect that you'll give a Felicia Rashad. That ain't happening. They want the respect that you'll give a Diane Carroll. Women who carry themselves as ladies. They want that kind of respect from the public, and particularly from men, period. And that doesn't happen. You can't present Jezebel. It won't a Felicia Rashad or Debbie Allen respect. It doesn't work like that. Maybe those young women need to go see how Felicia Rashad moves and how she behaves, and the grace of a Debbie Allen, and the grace of an Anita Baker, and the grace of a Gladys Knight. Maybe they need to, those women who present Jezebel, maybe need to know why we revere women some of these women I just named, because they present themselves as women of grace and class and dignity. Even when they're angry, they're still graceful and dignified. So I know I'm going around the bush before I get to the topic, but I need to do some background. Just give y'all a little background, right? So Fresh and Fit, two guys, and they had this hood rapper on there by the name of Asian Doll. Now, Asian Doll, dark-skinned chick, and she was totally disrespecting them and all of that. My other video talks about that. It's called Asian Doll Was All Wrong. Go on my video on my YouTube channel. I broke that down. I'm just giving y'all just a little background on this one. So anyway, BET, the Shade Room, and all those folks went to a place that I thought was unnecessary when they responded to her rudeness on their show. And she was very rude, and they asked her to leave. She said, I ain't going no damn well. Doubly rude. But so, her acting a fool on his show, that's their show now. And he's saying, look, we're not going to do this show as long as you're on here. So they pretty much stopped the show because she was acting a fool, cursing and everything, right? But they spent the narrative as if he attacked her. And so it's something about these YouTube streets, when they don't want to touch the topic, they go and digging in people's backgrounds and finding pictures and stuff of them when it has nothing to do with the actual event that occurred. So this is what's being painted about those guys at Fresh and Fit Podcast. That they don't like black women, or they don't like dark-skinned black women. And so people have gone to find old videos. Shout out to the Shade Room and BET and all these other outlets that decide to jump on the bandwagon of protect black women. They went to find some old stuff where he said, look, I don't date black chicks like that. He didn't say he didn't date them. He just said that wasn't his top priority, his top preference. And he said, I'm not a night rider, which turns out to be an old term used by white men when they refer to white women. I was listening to other people talking. I learned this. Night rider was a term that white men used to call white women who dated black men. So they turned it and used it as like, look, I'm not a night rider. And then he also found other videos where he's saying, look, y'all can date those Shaquitas and Shaniquas all y'all want to. But they was talking about a particular behavior within the black community, because we know that all black women don't act like Shaniquas and Waukeshas and all of that. But y'all have to admit there's a large group of them that behave this way, and they never go. They go unchecked, this behavior, and especially by other black women. But other black women do not check other women's behavior publicly, but they will check any black man's behavior if they think he's disrespecting the black queen. And can y'all stop saying it, by the way? Stop calling these black chicks in America black queens, because they're not. You were in the 8th grade like I was. You were in the 5th grade like I was. We learned about what king and a queen was in our studies, and kings and queens had kingdoms and they had kings. They didn't have tattoos all over their body. They didn't have bundles of weave down their damn head. They weren't obese and bloated, and they didn't have bad attitudes. They were graceful. They were regal. And these folks that y'all calling black queens, cut it out. It makes you look stupid. And I have to say, I've never called a black girl or a black woman in my life a queen, because I had 8th grade history. I had 5th grade history. And then when I got old, I learned about, black queens actually like Queen Azinga and stuff like that. These chicks don't act like no Queen Azinga. These chicks don't even act like Ida B. Wells. So how in the world they gonna get called queens? Cut it out. So Fresh and Fit podcast is being accused of being colorist and not liking black women. Let me tell y'all something, to you ignorant people who falling for this foolishness. People can have a preference of who they like all they want to. And I'm finna give y'all a news flash. It is perfectly okay to hate or even not date black women. Did y'all know that? It's okay to hate them. It's okay to not like them or date them. Because guess what? Because black women have people that they hate and they don't like and they don't date. How many times do you hear the average black woman say, I want a short dude that's broke, got a big belly and cross-eyed and knock-kneed. Ooh, he is so sexy to me. You never heard that, huh? No, you're not going to hear it because you know what? They're allowed to have their preference. When was the last time you heard black chicks go after a dude who pushing his beat-up Fred Sanford truck down the street? Ooh, he looks so sexy pushing that broke-ass truck with his little raggedy clothes on. No, you don't hear that. So when these men say, I don't date this particular group or members of this group, that doesn't make them bad people. It's called a preference. Why can't we as intelligent grown people understand that? But see, this has been said so often, so many times. We always have to have this conversation. And when it boils down to dark-skinned black women have this such low self-esteem. You want this attention. You look past all the men who really want you to look past to try to get to the man who you want. And that happens not just for dark-skinned black women, but it happens to all of us. We've always wanted somebody who didn't want us. But one thing about it, as far as men, if she doesn't want us, we don't really try to sour the rest of her life. Well, fuck you, B. Nobody want you ugly, blah, blah, blah. It don't do all that. We just kind of move on. Because we teach each other. Go to where they're smiling at you, brothers. If you haven't taught that to another man, particularly a black man, teach him that. You don't go nowhere or you don't respond to nobody who's not smiling at you. Or at least give you that look, like that hard stare look. Because see, with a lot of African-American women now, you don't know what they looking like. Because they always keep that mug on their face. Not all but two men. Don't act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, damn, I just cussed in Sunday morning worship. Anywho. And so, instead of dealing with the topic at hand, they got all these so-called high-powered simps, Tariq Nasheed and respectfully, brother Al Zulu Shabazz out of the new Black Panther Party. You got all these women come out of nowhere. Now all of a sudden Fresh and Fit podcast, the two dudes are homosexuals. So that's the go-to. When you don't like black women, automatically you're gay. Come on, y'all. Let's mature. Because a man does not prefer this woman or whatever. Let's say he doesn't date black women, but he probably beating a mud hole in white girls. Does that sound like homosexual behavior? And so we got Tariq Nasheed, we got our brother Zulu Shabazz and all these others and other high-powered bloggers want to attack these guys and just get all over them. Look, I don't agree with everything they talked about, but I will not stand by and allow people's rights to be attacked because of their dating preference or their character to be just destroyed because of their dating preferences. You know, and they always say, well, that's what's wrong with them now. They like men. And then that's crazy. So if you don't want to date black women, all of a sudden you date men? Are we grown? Are we intelligent? Do we have good sense? And I need this to stop. And I need guys, even though you ain't got to like the fellas they're attacking, but let's stand up and say, hey, to you beta male simps who come to these chicks rescue. And those of you who are coming to these chicks rescue, you're the very dude that they don't even look at no way. It's always the beta males who the sisters ain't even paying attention to that try to take up for them, if you will, to gain some kind of favor, hoping they'll get some coochie coupons. And that's not how you roll, man. I think a lot of you guys need to read the book Pimp by Iceberg Slim. Y'all need some pimping in your life because y'all behave really weirdly. But then also, dark-skinned black women, y'all need to get over yourselves. Don't nobody have to like you. They don't have to be attracted to you. They don't. So you get these brothers in the nation, you get all these brothers out here. The black woman is for the black man. All we want is her. She was sent to us by God. You know what? Back in the day, that used to actually reign true until they started claiming feminism and independence. And then the truth came out is that the average African American woman wants the white woman's position. You see the hair that they wear. You see how and especially the dark skinned ones, they're the ones wearing all this blonde hair. They're the ones trying to, when they look like Whoopi Goldberg, but try to sound like Britney Spears. I know, okay, my dad, my mom. You see my dad, my sister, and I was talking to this guy looking like Whoopi Goldberg. So y'all cut it out. We have a lot of work to do in our race. But we can't get any work done if black women don't speak on the bad behavior of the women in their group. We as men can't continue to point out the bad behavior while everybody, including black men, points out what they believe is bad behavior in black men. It can't work like that. And I'm not just talking about the average sister on the street. I'm talking about these black women who are so political. You know, we have to fight for black girls and women's rights. Those women need to call out this shit. The women who have the microphone all the time. The women who on CNN. The women who on Black Girls Rocks. The women who are all on Oprah's platform. Women who have national radio shows. Those are the ones who need to join in on stopping this Waukesha, this Shaniqua behavior. You understand? So Fresh and Fit, they have the right to date and say who they date or who they don't want to date as long as they want to. What does it mean to you? It don't mean anything to me. Because I learned a long time ago. I go with her smiling at me. And even though my preference is for dark-skinned black women, I had to learn that dark-skinned black women don't particularly care for darker-skinned or same dark-skinned black men. Because if you understood how slavery played a huge role in the psychological structuring of the American black or the foundational black or African descendant of slaves, however you want to categorize it, it really did a number on our mental health. And so a lot of dark-skinned black women, if they could all control it, which a lot of them they do, they'd rather not have any children that comes out of their body that looks like them. That's why you have the Serena Williams, the Janet Jacksons, the Tika Sumpters, all these, the Eves. You have all these black women who purposely choose to have babies that hopefully they'll come out not looking like their black selves. And so I know whenever I see and I try to break this, when I see a beautiful dark-skinned sister, I can just get her and spread across some morning toast like Nutella. Come on, somebody. But then my sense kicks in. It's like, no, Rick, move on past, man. She might talk to you, but she ain't gonna give you no rhythm. Because, no, I need to be light-skinned, mixed, hazel eyes, Hispanic or white, to really satisfy her. And I can say any other thing. I need to be taller. She'll know how much money I have or don't have, but I'm gonna tell you, I ain't got shit. This pandemic kicked my ass. But I'm getting back on. I'm getting back on. I'm talking about before the pandemic. You know, I was straight. But I'm getting back on, though. So I'm just saying, dark-skinned women, the issue is not who's not preferring you. The issue is you're not preferring you. Look at your blonde hair. Look at your weave. Look at your tattoos. Look at how the anger, the scowl that's on a lot of y'all faces. See, light-skinned and mixed chicks, let me tell you something about you group of black women. I mean, well, biracial chicks and light-skinned chicks. Let me tell y'all something. Stop sticking up for these horrible behaving women. These dark-skinned, brown and dark-skinned women. Stop taking up for them. Because as soon as a black dude prefers you over them, you ain't number bitches. You ain't nothing but a B word and a bunch of garden tools. So stop taking up for them. Let them fight their own fight. They got to go to therapy for their insecurity. And then point the finger at who called them, who told them that their black skin was ugly. And they're going to start with their mother. The same person who told her that her hair was nappy when she put that hot comb on her head and put that perm and that kitty kit in her head when she was 5 years old. She taught her that her black skin, her natural hair was shinola, was doo-doo. So until dark-skinned women take their asses to therapy, I need y'all to stop taking up for these people. They're messed up. It's not just in America, it's global. Every time I look around, some dark-skinned chick fighting harder and angry and cussing and acting a fool in these videos. So I need you light-skinned blacks, both your mom and dad are black, just happen to be light-skinned. I need you biracial chicks. Stop taking up for these dark-skinned. Now I need you brothers. And you know damn well they ain't picking you for the most part. Now if you're a rich and famous dark-skinned guy, like say a Tyrese or a Morris Chestnut, okay, cool, because you're rich and famous. But the average dark-skinned guy, only time he's messing with got dark-skinned chicks, she's living in the hood, and they all dating each other because they all live in the neighborhood. But she could do better. If it's a Mexican dude living in that neighborhood, guess who she gonna have all her babies by? You understand? So y'all, we got to grow up and mature. We live in 2022. Women have had at least 4 marches in 5 years about women's rights, equality, independence. And we need to stop casting all our eggs in one basket trying to protect these low self-esteem, high-hating ass dark-skinned chicks. And I love them more than any group because I understand the original, how God looks. I understand how Eve looked. I read it and I see it. When I look up and see movies about Africa and I look at the pictures and videos, I say, look at that. Just originally hand touched by God. But we made that transatlantic slave trip by force. And we've been messed up. And dark-skinned women they've been through a lot. To be fair, dark-skinned black women have been through a lot, meaning, even as we speak, little dark-skinned black girls feel the competition at 4 and 5 years old because they got light-skinned cousins. They go to school with light-skinned chicks or white or Hispanic girls, and they see how other men gravitate towards them. They learn it early. And guess what? It doesn't happen just to the girls. It happens to the boys. But one thing about dark-skinned boys, we're more resilient than girls. We are, because we've been called all the dark-skinned names. Black this and black that. I guess a darker brown black dude, but I'm a dark-skinned. But don't be Michael Blackston black. Boy, you catch it. You better learn to become a comedian by the 2nd grade. They're going to be tearing your ass a new one. You got all the skillets, all the oil lights, the light eyes in the dark, and all the dark skins. Shadow, all of that. And see, but the men grow up, it's okay, because what they do is, instead of getting angry, they grow up and they either become educated or they hit the gym, and get some money. And see, that doesn't matter anymore. But black girls, they internalize it, poor things. And so they see the world as somebody who's looking at them at that dark skin. And so they subconsciously, come on somebody. They see the world through what they believe is hatred passed towards them. So a lot of them, are really beautiful. They got banging little bodies. So the men are more focused on your ass and your vagina print and your breast. So that's why they're coming to your rescue, but hoping that you'll spread your legs for them. That's what it's about. Black dudes anyway. There ain't that much black unity like that, but it's easy to jump on somebody. Well, you don't like black women. Then no one's ever specific. How if I say, well, I don't like this dark-skinned chick, all of a sudden I hate black women? When did that come out? Who told y'all to do that? Who said that they hated black women? Why does it become plural when it's individual? Because I'm one of those, because you hate women. You hate black women. I have to correct them. No, I hate that bitch. She's disgusting. I don't know all black women. Never met all of them. But I don't think I've even met a sample. Let's say if it's 20 million or 18 million black women, I haven't met 180,000. So I'm very specific. No, it ain't. Black women, I probably hate her at the moment. And it's okay to hate her or not like her. So y'all stop allowing people to talk like this. Because, see, dark-skinned black women or black women in general, all y'all do is let people make a fool out of you. So you got Tariq Nasheed. And by the way, all these Nation of Islam, all these so-called pro-black brothers, not all the nation, but this is the Black Panther Party dude. Y'all go back in history. All these cats that say they love black women, Go back and look at their profiles on their Facebook page, or look in their history books, and see how many black women they married, or how many black girlfriends, or the number of black baby mamas they had. So y'all be looking past all y'all care. Ooh, he taking up for us. He taking up for us. No, he's not. He's exploiting you. He's exploiting your low self-esteem. He's exploiting your generational hurt because you never went to therapy to get that checked. Go to therapy and get it checked. Go look at all these so-called pro-black dudes. Look, I'm from Memphis. I saw a lot of it. And it was the weirdest thing to see. They talk about some black power, but her boyfriend is obviously biracial. He lighting everybody in the room with the dreads with the curly hair. Black power. His girlfriend has clearly got a white mama. See, you can't have black power when you got a white mama. But that's who they, and even in the so-called black conscious community, they want to make sure their children aren't as dark. No, they biracial and light-skinned, and nothing against my biracial folks at all, but I'm not going to not speak the truth, goddammit, because it doesn't fit your narrative. Man, I've never worked like that. And so we need to get ourselves together. Maybe we need to read more books. Maybe we need to get out more of the country or get more out of your neighborhood. And black women, get over your insecurities. Yeah, go to therapy. Why the rest of us got to be held hostage because you feel bad about your damn self? Get over it. Get some damn therapy. And Fresh and Fit don't have to bow down to you. But it's a lot of dudes who are trying to attack these men because and see, y'all don't even understand. They have a very successful podcast. A lot of guys on YouTube and other so-called Dr. Umar Johnsons and all these people, they're probably just jealous of those two men. Because they have a successful podcast. And podcasts on YouTube and distributed by iHeart and all this stuff, they make lots of money. And that's what this YouTube thing is about, making cash. Hell, I'm trying to get in on that. But I'm not going to attack other men because they said they don't like black women. I couldn't care less. It doesn't matter. Because black women need to like black women first. You want to know how you can prove to me? Start checking these other chicks. I want to see a mass movement of black women, 500,000 plus, to demand that they take down Megan Thee Stallion, take down Cardi B, take down City Girls, take down Mulatto, take down Saweetie, take down Erica Banks, take down all these little tramps that's been paid by the record labels to push hoe and prostitute. Yeah, and then I'll say, okay, black women are standing up for themselves. You don't take your dumb behind out there. He said he don't like black women. Now there's a mass movement. All of a sudden, all of the national networks and all the BETs and Shade Room and all these people come to spread this misinformation. And again, who gives the fart that comes from a frog's ass about who don't like black women, more specifically dark-skinned black women? Because we see example after example how dark-skinned women don't even like themselves or like each other, and women in general don't even like each other. But it's easy. It's easy to jump on them because they're exploiting black women's insecurity and their hurt. Out of jealousy, it's another agenda there, sisters. See, the men who y'all should be liking, I don't like him, he this and that. But all the guys y'all think is for y'all, don't even marry y'all. Look at their wives, look at their children, don't look nothing like neither one of y'all. And also, again, you black women, all these guys that stand up for y'all, the Tariq Nasheed that got a white and or got a Jewish and black or a non-black wife at home with a non-black kid at home, talking about he's standing up for the sisters. When has he ever done that? I think his first wife might have been black and all that, but he don't talk about her much. His first set of kids might have been black, but you can't be, look, man, let me tell you how stupid it sounds when you got a non-black wife at home and non-black children at home and you're a black man. Man, we need to stand up for the sisters. They're our sisters. It doesn't work like that. You know, because, you know, yeah, it's a given that your mama black, your daddy black and all this, so but it doesn't mean that you have to stand up for them when they're not even standing up for themselves. Black women ain't standing up for us. Wait, only when we get shot by the police. But other than that, they don't give a shit. As a matter of fact, they know that black men are better benefit when we're dead. There was the narrative that was painted back about 150 years ago post-slavery or during slavery. You know, a black body, dead black male body is worth more than a live one. That's how they do the entertainers too. The whites, the blacks, and all of them. When they can't make no more money off of them, the hell they kill them, or somehow they suspiciously die, and then they have these insurance policies worth $50 million on them. It's almost like a plantation. All this shit is a systematic setup. So you got, you know, let's say, and y'all be careful these black dudes that stand up. Yeah, we got the sister, the queen mother. She's a goddess. She's an earth. If you think she's such a queen, you black dudes that stand up for these chicks, especially in this fresh and fit. And I don't know those guys. I'm just speaking up because they could come back and hell. I'm a man. I can say I don't particularly care for him, and all of a sudden, you know, hell, he hates his mama. He hates this. And what if I did hate my mother? Where's the man that's so... You don't know her? You know, this is not true. But you can't be saying stuff like that about people because you mad because something that you like and they don't agree with. It's not how that works. And it's okay. You ain't got to like black chicks. Hell, if you seen a lot of their behaviors, how they look, hell, I'm surprised that dudes are actually still having sex with a lot of these people. You know, but there's some cute ones out there that's really nice. You have to really dig. But thing is, for a lot of time, I have to be honest, dark skin or black women in general, pretty and attractive has never been their issue. It's attitude and what they do to themselves, how they self-destroy themselves, how they destroy themselves. Well, no, physically destroy themselves, but then their mental health is just out of there. Yeah, I know a lot of men messed up around here, but I'm not talking about them right now. We're talking about the podcasts are fresh and fit, not being allowed to say what they want to say on their own damn podcast. And then again, you have to search, you have to click on people's podcasts in order to hear what they're saying. So what dumbass actually goes on somebody's podcast to be offended, then you want them taken down? No, they don't deserve that. Leave those dudes alone. They deserve to say whatever they want to say, and they deserve to have any preference of women that they want to have. Everyone else does. And when it comes to black men or black men with money or popularity, they better say they love black women. That's why when I hear these actors come out and say, well, black women are great, they're queens, I love them. You know, these old simping ass actors. Then you go home and look at their life home. Go their home. Go home with them. You'll see that their wife, you don't even know what she is. They call them racially ambiguous. You get out of here, man. Don't y'all play with me this morning on the Sunday worship. And I hope I preach a decent sermon for y'all, because the foolishness has to end. And I want to tell all you so-called pro-black dudes, leave fresh and fit alone. Leave them cats alone, man. They don't bother nobody. They don't cause no crime in the black community. They don't cause black women to gain weight. They don't cause black women to put tattoos all over their damn bodies and have multiple baby fathers. They don't cause them to do that. Their words do not influence them to go out and get in lesbian stud relationships. So why y'all mess with those dudes? You know, leave those cats alone. You know, it's a lot of people y'all could be messing with. I'd like to see 500,000 to 1 million black women in the country stand up against these Sambo Negro rappers. That's who y'all need to be trying to shut down. Fresh and Fit they ain't nobody. They don't reach nobody but their little core audience. But the black rappers reach everybody because the white zaddy, the corporate America, or the corporate-owned radio stations make sure that the worst of black men gets distributed all over the world. And gets distributed to your little black daughters and your black sons. That's why I like to see the activism of black women instead of trying to push dudes out to go out and attack another black man. You know, like in real life, I'm gonna go get my N-word to kick your ass, but you started the beef, baby. So why you trying to bring another dude in your shit? You started the beef. That's how a lot of black dudes get killed, because his wife, his girlfriend, his boo, his bae don't know how to close her damn mouth. Yeah, I said it. Because I'm over it. And I need you Simple Simons, you beta dudes, to cut it out. Stop running to rescue hoes who don't even want your rescuing when they feeling good about themselves after they get their lace front in their head. It's weird. So anyway, I'm not going to belabor it. I just want to say good Sunday morning to you. You see, it's not so bad. It's like 50. It's a good morning to walk and talk and share Sunday morning service. And if you want to hear future Sunday morning worships, I know I've done it for months here on my Facebook page, but I'm moving over to YouTube, bring a little more action to my YouTube channel. I only have 126 subscribers, but that's fine. I'd rather talk to a few who are into what I'm talking about and try to talk to a bunch of folks who couldn't care less. Y'all know how that works, right? And so it's just me sharing my thoughts, and I'm working on for the spring to have my new YouTube channel out. It'll be strictly what I did before the pandemic. I'm a social worker, master's level, and I deal with mental health stuff and lifestyle and stuff like that, and talking to men. I'll be talking to men about issues that really pertain to us. I don't think that part, almost like the therapeutic counseling, safe space conversations being had, where, and on that level. So just want to share that. What's up, Kev? You said you're here. Look, well, you may have to call me I'm about to go off now, bro. You may have to call me immediately after I log off. But anyway, my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist, and my new one's going to be called The People's Social Worker. And that's totally different from what I talk about on my opinionated Rico the Opinionist YouTube channel. Y'all be cool. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go up and I may go work out. I may just go and cook me a cool little brunch. Y'all be cool. We'll talk in the future. Peace.